Welcome back to our channel. Hear me out. I'm Dee.
I'm E.
And today we're going to be giving you sort of a part two on a video that we did a few days ago concerning the global coverage of the submersible, Ocean Gate submersible that went missing, as we all thought. And then we later found out that it actually had a catastrophic implosion in which it is believed that the five passengers on board perished. One of the passengers, of course, was the CEO of the company, Stockton Rush. And so it's been an interesting couple of days since we got that confirmation on Thursday because a lot of things have come out and just a couple of different, details that we've learned of. But yeah, let's get started. What have you heard?
Well, to jump right in, there's a lot, guys. So this is like the
Lots.
Titanic kind of news. So one thing, Adele asked her Las Vegas crowd about boarding the Titanic submersible and flying into space. So apparently she's been on this group chat with her friends and they're going back and forth. Would you get on it? Would you not? I myself have had these conversations,
Yeah.
but she decided to take a poll. And she says, I've been debating with my friends on our group chat. Everyone's like, I would never do that, but that's a lie because a lot of people would do that, Adele told the crowd. Wanted to do a vote. Um, she's like, if you could go down to the very, very bottom to see the Titanic, would you raise your hands? Not surprisingly, many attendees cheered loudly in favor of not seeing the Titanic.
Oh,
The 35-year-old then upped the ante and asked whether they'd be interested in going to outer space. So, I think this is a big conversation. Would you not? I
yeah.
had this conversation, and to be honest, if it was safe and I did my research and all that, that is something that I would definitely do. I think we
Yeah.
mentioned in one of our other videos, I might be the more adventurous of the two. So, I mean, that's like a moment in history at the bottom of the ocean. Who has seen the
Mhm.
Titanic on the ocean
Yeah.
floor? That's my argument for everything dangerous. Who has seen, who do you know?
Yeah.
Um, so I think, if it was safe and, I'll be back within a day, that's an experience that I would love to do. Outer space scares me. I just feel like
I would
rock.
do outer space. In a
See,
heartbeat, I would do outer
because
space.
you are opposite of anything I say. That's
I don't know. I mean, yes, of course, like to see the Titanic would be amazing, like who doesn't, remember the 1997 movie global box office hit? Like, of course, you would kind of want to go and see where Jack Dawson was. Yes, I know he was a fictional character, but you get my point. So, but aside from that, there's a reason why there's only been a small percentage of the ocean that's actually been, like researched. I think that's scary to
Mhm.
me, like versus the fact that we research more of outer space than we have of the ocean. So yeah, I'm
They
gonna go
just
with the
found
safer bet.
out. They just found out that Jupiter had a thunderstorm. I'm like, how do you
Mhm.
know what's happening in Jupiter and we're here on Earth and we don't know what's going on with like 92% of the ocean still?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
And that's why to me it's like, no, no, thank you. I'll go to outer space, but I'm not going down there. No, no.
So Adele said, I wouldn't even go on roller coasters, but also I just genuinely don't have an interest in the deep sea or space. So that's why. So I think
Okay.
this is a conversation, should we do safe and unsafe things? How risky is too risky?
Right.
Um, so yeah, I think that's one of the topics that I've heard of. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, gosh, what of course has come about is all the different people who are claiming that they've been invited to also, join the submersible excursion, but that they declined and thus saved their lives. While I'm sure that this could be very much true, at this point, I feel like it's just a whole bunch of people wanting to get some kind of limelight out of all this because, like,
Really?
really? I don't know. It just some of it just does not seem. Like there's a father-son duo. I can't remember if they're from like
Sean
Great
Bloom.
Britain. From where?
It says Sean Bloom, and his financier dad, Jay Bloom.
Okay, yeah. So I saw that where supposedly, and it just kind of threw me like, really though? Like, are you
Mm-hmm.
saying that because there was a father and son duo that unfortunately did pass away? Like, I don't know. And then I believe you
I
sent
don't
me.
think so. They said that there were too many red flags about the sub's ability to withstand the Titanic bound excursion, prompting the pair to get out of the trip. So I think that they were supposed to take, the place of the father-son duo, and maybe they didn't, and then that's why the other people got on it.
I'm
That's the way
skeptical.
I understood.
I'm skeptical.
Oh, my little skeptic.
I know. And then you sent me about another guy, a YouTube guy, Mr.
Mr.
B.
Beast.
Yeah, that he supposedly turned it down too, and I was just like, really? You
Well,
did
he
too?
had a text message, a little blurb kind of thing that said, blah blah blah, some details about it. But I
Hmm.
mean, he's a pretty upstanding guy from what I've seen and all the
Okay.
things he's done on YouTube. He's one of the most followed, if not the most followed person on YouTube.
Oh,
He recently did not cured the blind. I'm not going to say that, but he paid for I don't know how many hundreds of people to correct their eyesight.
oh, okay. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that to me.
So, I thought it was pretty cool. And he does, all these different things that are, helping society, helping humankind. So I
Okay.
wouldn't take him as somebody wanting some limelight because he's Mr. Beast. Everybody loves
Yeah.
Mr.
Okay, I can understand that, but I don't know. I don't trust people and everybody's liar to me. So, but anywho, I'm sure that we're gonna get more people coming out claiming they were also invited. Who knows at the end of the day, who really was, but the point is the submersible most likely isn't going to be a tourist attraction anytime soon. Like, I don't see that happening.
Well, Ocean Gate, it is speculated, alleged, that
Mm.
they posted a job posting for a submersible pilot. Now, I don't know if this is real, this
Ooh.
is fake. I need to verify it a little more. Please
Yeah.
verify what I'm saying. Tell me in the comments below, Eldris, you're lying. E, you're lying. But if that is true, and they had to take it down, obviously, because it's insensitive and it's because it's causing a lot of
Extremely.
uproar. But if that is true, they weren't wasting any time. I'm like, they weren't
Yeah.
even mourning their CEO. They weren't mourning, you know,
Nothing.
nothing.
No.
I think
But
that
here's,
they should just
but
go on.
here's the thing, like, and this might, kind of delve into conspiracy territory, but it's like, I mean, it's maybe not all that surprising if, in fact, it's true that they already had a posting, considering that the likelier chance is that they did, in fact, already know since last Sunday when everything started, when they were reported missing, that they probably already knew what had happened, and yet they kind of went along with like what some might refer to as a charade. And until Thursday, when it was announced that there had been an implosion, that debris had been found that was in fact the submersible. So maybe it didn't just happen in like a 2-day period that they posted this. Maybe they'd been planning it already for some time. Whole point is your job's gonna replace you right away. Sorry.
That is true. So James Cameron was one of the people that said that this was all a charade,
Yeah.
since, he's the GOAT. He's created Titanic, obviously,
Yeah.
and Avatar, billion-dollar movies, one of the
Gosh.
best, in filmmaking. He's built a lot of connections because of Titanic and is, I guess friends in the ocean industry,
There's
probably
an industry.
photographers,
Other deep
divers,
divers.
yeah,
Yeah.
and things like that, other companies, colleagues, and things like that. So he said that he actually spoke to, I think, a certain company or, his colleagues, and, he immediately thought of it being an implosion
Hmm.
based on the facts that he was hearing. And he also heard that the US Navy heard, these noises that, you
Yeah.
know, equal to an implosion. So all
Hmm.
this running around, hoopla, charade, as he called it, was
Yep.
unnecessary and basically kind of rude because we already knew what had happened on Sunday, and they were just prolonging the process of letting everyone know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, okay, James Cameron has actually gone down to the Titanic over 3 dozen times, I want to say, or
He
maybe
has?
just under 3 dozen times. Yeah, he
Who,
he's
who did he go with?
he's done, I don't know if he's what company per se he's done it with, but he's got connections. He
Did you see the
also
glimmer of like, I'm like, he has? Like, why didn't the people just go with the company that he would
I
go?
don't know. I didn't even know that there were companies doing this. Like, I was surprised, but he's gone on these expeditions. He also like built his own submersible to go to the Mariana Trench, which is believed to be the deepest part of the ocean at 33,000, 35,000 feet below. So yeah, like he's definitely someone who's knowledgeable, but I didn't care for him, kind of saying that, like, there was a portion of his whole, because he's given kind of interviews to a lot of different people. I saw him on CNN, I saw him on this other one, but he kind of also said how, like, they had to have known, meaning the passengers, that something was wrong prior to the implosion. And that kind of was to me like, oh, you didn't have to mention that part, because it was everybody, as soon as we heard, okay, it was determined as an implosion, that's automatic, quick, and in a hurry, painless. At least they didn't suffer. So for him to say that, it's like, oh, dang, it just kind of makes you feel like, did these people know? Did they suffer? Did they have like this intense fear about what was going to happen? And so that was kind of the one thing that I was like, I really wish he hadn't said. It just felt a little bit insensitive on his part. Um, and also it's like we don't know exactly like why um you know there was like the whole global community coming together to be able to to do this, to do the search. But I mean, it was for a reason, so I'm hoping that, like, at the very least, like, something good came out of it, where there was like maybe some research or something, so for him to kind of like dismiss it as a charade, I don't know. Like, I mean, yes, it sucks that maybe the families were given a false hope, but I think there's a lot that we don't know. And for him to kind of come out and say all those things, him having such a powerful voice, it felt a little bit off to me to have to, like, for him to have to say all those things, especially because it kind of makes the US government seem a little bit dumb. Like, oh, I knew within a day. I had my contacts and I just knew.
I think I heard it's either the article with Jay Bloom in it or somebody else that were saying that not the contract, the waiver actually
Hmm.
said death 3 or 4 times. I don't know.
Oh,
That's kind
wow.
of, yeah, that's a little scary. So I think maybe James
Yeah.
Cameron was trying to highlight, you know, this waiver is telling you you're gonna die like about 3 times. You
Yeah.
know, be aware of it. I don't think he was trying to be insensitive. Maybe he came out a little crass, but um,
Yeah.
I think it was more of a, hey guys, you know the dangers of this. This is not even, XYZ regulated. There were so many red flags,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. And I think
But
that was something else we've been hearing a lot about too, were the red flags.
a lot of red flags. But in other Titanic news, I can't believe I'm even saying this. Titanic is coming back to Netflix on
Yeah.
July 1st because everybody is just fascinated. This is
Oh God.
1997 all over again. Everybody needs, everybody's just going to be devastated all over again because we know what happens with Jack Dawson. I
Yeah.
can't bear to watch that again, especially knowing that, one of the CEO's wife's descendants are like the elderly couple that passed in the Titanic.
Yeah.
How can I see it now? Now, as an adult, you ruined it even more.
Yeah.
First of all, Jack could fit on that door thingy majig.
For sure.
That couple, like just with the water and being submerged, ugh, now
Yeah.
it has a whole new meaning to it. It's
Right.
just devastating. I can't believe is this the millennials being nostalgic?
I don't know. I mean, okay, think about it. What's going to drive up numbers like a whole tragedy happening on a global scale where everybody's paying attention, and like you know how people are, people want to consume as much as possible in regards to that. So of course let's bring back Titanic so we can get our views, and oh my gosh, because guys, not only is Titanic coming back, but the iconic classic song from the Titanic, My Heart Will Go On, by Celine Dion, has now entered the Billboard charts once again.
At number 12. It's probably higher now. Who knows?
20 plus, what, 25, 26 years later? Guys, there is something collectively wrong if we're out here listening to My Heart Will Go On after such a terrible tragedy.
Oh, after the terrible track. Okay, yeah, that's true. I'm like, but I listen to that song every now and then. It's just such a heart-wrenching song, you know. And if any girl can relate, it's like there's just one day where you just want to cry for no reason, and you just listen to Celine Dion or
I
something sad
mean,
to cry it out,
yeah,
you know. But
that's the
now
song.
it just makes it such, you know, so much
I,
more sad. It's- And they're
guys,
going to be a part of the museum. The people
oh,
that
oh, the
passed,
passengers, yeah.
the passengers are going to be part of the Titanic Museum. You know, to commemorate them. And no, there's a lot of Titanic. I can't believe all this is happening. This is surreal.
No, it it's crazy. And now it's basically, you know, history on history kind of thing. Because here we are, this whole situation in 20 years, we'll probably have another, thing where people are gonna want to watch the Titanic all over again and have Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On in the Billboard charts top 10. Like, unfortunately, we as a people aren't faring very well in our karmic, justice area because it's a little wrong, guys. It's a little wrong. I mean, I love
Well,
the song.
yeah, I
And
mean,
will I watch Titanic? I probably will. But that's
it's
why I'm
like three
including.
hours long. My
Yeah.
attention span is like 10 minutes, if that.
It's been a very long time since I've seen it, so I do want to rewatch it. And yeah, now it's gonna have a whole nother meaning to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. We're just all such a terrible trolling society at this point.
Yeah, we
Everybody's
can't
a troll.
take anything seriously. It's so sad. And
Yeah.
we're so desensitized. You
Yeah.
know, how did this become kind of like a business venture? Did Netflix do this on, you know, on purpose? Is it because of people highly requesting it? Supply meets demand? Is, you know, do people just want to like slash and just want to hear My Heart Go On just
Mhm.
because this is the appropriate song for something like this? I don't know. Everything just seems so money driven sometimes. Money
Yeah.
makes the world go around.
And there are clips on TikTok of the movie, of, different ways in which things implode. That's not fun
Oh,
to watch. Yeah, I mean, we are, like you said, incredibly desensitized, and well, what can you do at this point?
now, if the Titanic comes back on in theaters, now I know we have a problem. Like it's exponential. Like we are
That's
just
messed up.
it would be. But
Oh my
hey, I'm just or a new, you know, reiteration of a shorter version
Oh
or
my
I don't know.
God.
I'm
Oh,
even
I really
excited to see the documentaries. I think what was it like the UK was gonna do like a documentary
they
on
are? I hadn't heard of that.
I thought that they were gonna do it like on Wednesday, like before they announced the implosion kind of thing.
Oh my God.
Just want to fact check myself right now. Yeah,
Guys, this is a little bit much. Like, and then now we're gonna have, there's only a matter of time before there's a documentary that's gonna come out about Ocean Gate. And there's no way that they're not going to be sued. I know they have liability waivers, but they're going to be sued. The company, I cannot see them going forward in life. Like, I don't know how you come back from this, my guy. Like, it is a global level fail. Like, I don't know. I don't know. There's just nothing.
So just to add here, there's a Ross Kemp who turned down Ocean Gate's submersible trip to the
Okay.
Titanic over safety fears also. That came out a day ago. But it says here the UK Channel 5 to air documentary on missing Titan Submersible, and that was 3 days ago. This is without, reading the articles and stuff, but it's 3 days, 4 days ago, So they wanted to do it before they announced the whole, you
Yeah.
know, implosion thing. So, it's like
Mhm.
we need the views, we need the clickbaits.
Yeah. And I understand like reporting on things, obviously like that's what we're trying to do, like report on what we've been seeing. But kind of like, taking advantage of some of this situation is a little bit like much.
Mhm.
That's why I'm so skeptical of these people who are claiming that they had a seat, on the submersible. Like, how many people, like, it was five passengers. I don't think any more could have fit. So you're telling me that four or five of them, like, refused to go, and because they refused to go, these other four went? That seems a little sus. I don't know. Like, it's
Right.
weird. But,
They were just going to be cramped like little, I'm not going to say it, but they were just going to be
yeah,
cramped in a space, $250 a pop. They're trying to make some money. So I wouldn't be surprised.
250,000.
Oh yeah, 250,000.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they're all, shoulder to shoulder.
Do you think, just a random thought right now, do you think that that money's going to be returned to the families?
I don't think so.
Or the company's just gonna pocket that? Like,
I think so. I mean, these people signed these liability waivers. I'm sure that there's ways around different things,
yeah,
or sue for XYZ reason other than whatever they signed, or
yeah.
negligence maybe, or I don't know.
Well, I would think that, a liability waiver could be void if in fact there's, certain ways to prove that there was like major negligence and or um some kind of shortcuts that could maybe deem it criminally like negligent,
Hmm.
um then maybe yeah, it would kind of be like circumventing that whole waiver. But who knows? I'm sure something's gonna come out soon enough, some kind of a lawsuit or something. But overall, it's just a very tragic thing that happened, and I mean, I'm sure, I hope that the memes stop pretty soon because, guys, we have to do better. We have to do better.
Our condolences to the families. It's so
Yeah.
unfortunate. And it's so public,
Yeah.
the whole world knows about it. And they'll
Yeah.
continue to be, fascinated
Right.
on this topic. And, it's just a very painful thing to
Yeah, no, definitely.
experience. I think that wraps up all the things that we've heard and seen. And, Adele better chill over there. I don't know what she's at. Don't pull nobody. Just keep it within your group chats, okay? It
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
it could look sideways to, different people. I understand
Yeah.
what you are doing, but other people probably find it insensitive. And,
Yeah.
James Cameron, chill, okay? Titanic is coming back
Seriously.
on Netflix. Chill. Take a chill pill. You're still gonna make some more money out of this, okay?
Right.
So let us know in the comments, what do you think? What are some conspiracies you've heard? What other information is out there that we didn't cover? We'd love to know.
Yeah.
There might be a part 3, who knows? At this point, I don't know
Whew.
what else I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. So
Man.
let us know in the comments. Subscribe, be part of the tribe.
Yeah.
Click the notification bell so you know when we post our videos, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.